Hello everybody, welcome back to Doggo Card Reviews. We are here with our last but not least section of our Summer Pockets Reflection Blue set review. I am joined once again by Gavin and the Soul Sweeper, who will help me take care of these final cards.
Alright, welcome to Blue Boys.
Indeed, incredible, this shall be.
Alright, starting off with blue here, we will begin with Summer Dress Owl. Since a level 0, 0 cost.
A lot of the twins.
Yes. 1500 power. So, at the beginning of your climax phase, choose one of your Summer Pockets characters, and that character gets 500 power until the end of the turn, and she is a self-tap search brainstorm.
So, it's like, is this a first for S&P? This better be a first for S&P. So Remy, you got power crept again!
Again. Though, again, you got to remember, like, we will admit that there are people who really love to not mess with their deck state too much and want to just grab stuff from the waiting room versus grabbing stuff from the deck.
But you got power crept again, Remy. Hot damn.
Yeah, that was kind of weird. Like, if I remember correctly, Remy was also just 1,000 power.
Yeah, Remy was just 1,000. This is 1,500. Literal power creep.
Literal power creeping.
Literal power creep. I mean, it's like
before we spend too long on what is a very simple card, I'm just gonna go ahead and do this for myself.
Yeah.
There's like no other way to describe the card, is there?
There is no there. It's like end of discussion.
Oh, but hey, let's see if our Soul Sweeper here has anything to say against that.
I just see it as a standard playable card. It's no better or worse than any other brainstorm I've seen in the past.
Okay, that's fair.
And it does what it needs to do. It gives you the side benefit of powering you up if you have a non-reverse combo, and it's your literal standard search brainstorm other than that. So if you don't need power, you can probably find it elsewhere. If you do, helpful.
For sure. Alright, moving along then.
Alright, Summer Pocket Shizuku. 3/2, 10k. Alright, during your turn, she's 11,000 boys. When this enters battlefield, drop 2 cards, pitch 2, and then blind stock 1. Climax combo, when this attacks, if you have the pants trigger above, you may pay 2, ditch a card. If so, look at the bottom 5 cards of your opponent's deck, choose a climax among them, and clock kick it. And bin the rest, and she gains more power, an additional 1,000 boys.
Well, Kyokai no Rina is back apparently.
No, this is Rem for Meme Snow. This is a little Kyokai no Nine is literally a double kick.
But you have to like IKEA into that.
Yeah, you have to IKEA to that shit, and I'm just going no. I'll take Rem, thank you. Now, funny war story here. I faced off against this at World Grand Prix.
Oh boy.
And I thought it was the top 5 cards of my deck. And the top 5 cards of my deck were 5 climaxes, literally.
This motherfucker.
I literally thought, no, he's like, no, it's the bottom 5. Okay, that's a complete whiff, sir. That is a complete whiff. Oh, goddamn, oh, goddamn. So I triple canceled that turn, drew a climax, and triggered a climax, all in that same sequence. He died, of course. He was like 3/5.
Oh, understandable.
He's like, I have to hope Shizuku kills you. Probably not, though, with 5 climaxes on top of your deck. Rewinding game state, pretending neither one of us know it. That's 5 climaxes on top. Kipo. I mean, just like, but regardless, like, Shizuku is actually pretty good. I like her. Like, I like it. Like, she is a good option. Unfortunately, she doesn't heal you, and her dig isn't as good as Shiki's, but again, and people might balk at the cost, but I mean, 2 in a card isn't that bad.
Especially when the card is going stock neutral on the turn you play her.
Right, and it's on pants. It's really easy to get those.
Yeah.
It's really fucking easy.
Pants is a pretty decent trigger.
I, I prefer them over bars. I prefer them over bars, like, easily. Like, of course, this doesn't require reversal. Like,
Yeah, like it just does its thing, ignoring whatever else.
and it dodges things like plushie counter because I don't burn you. No, I kick that thing, making it more likely to stick. Now, of course, this doesn't help the swing itself. Not, but at the same time, I'm just going, yeah, the kick at the very bare minimum, you should get the kicks. So yeah, I like this card. I'm giving this level plus actually.
You're still assuming that you actually hit a climax in the bottom 5 when you say that you're
Yeah.
likely to get those kicks. So keep
Yeah.
that in mind as well.
Alright, myself, I'm just gonna go with a solid playable. Like, it's a good card, I'll admit it, but because there is like a bit of like variance factor into it, and you know, this is also like semi-situational depending on the opponent's deck state. It is a little awkward to use sometimes, but I will admit that this is a viable finisher and should definitely not be overlooked by any means.
Now, of course, the worse your opponent's deck state is, the worse this card gets.
Mm-hmm.
If they're 8 out, well,
Then you're sticking 3 damage in on
I mean, luckily you could go Shizuku. You don't have to like use combo at that point,
nope, just bash for 3.
right? Unless
Alright.
you're gonna try and do something like, okay, my opponent's at like 3-5, 3-6. I'm gonna try to mill them out for game.
Oh, that'd be hilarious. But anyways, so mate, it's up. The baton's on you now.
All things considered, I'd say it's a pretty solid card. He gets up to 2k, so you might be able to kill some shit and keep her in play if you want to utilize the ability more than once, assuming you have the climax. The ability itself isn't too bad. Basically, drag 5 cards from their deck, possibility of guaranteeing 1 damage as a result of it. And it does help you get to its climax with digging and pitching from hand, while simultaneously refunding 1 star. A pretty solid overall finisher. Nothing spectacular, but also definitely better than average. So I definitely put it as a playable option.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good. Alrighty, moving along here.
Okay, so Miss Good Friend Shizuku. 0/0, 2k, 1 soul. Pay 1, pitch a card from hand, and salvage 1, so drop salvage. When this becomes reversed in battle, if there are 2 or fewer cards in your memory, you may send this to memory. So basically, get some memory stuff
Mm-hmm.
early game.
Oh.
I work good, don't I?
No, it's more of. Well, this isn't bad. This isn't bad. It's more of. Now, for those wondering, okay, we already have a drop search in Komome from step 1. The drop salvage part, like, okay, well, at least for my own playstyle, just go, yeah, no. I definitely prefer the latter.
Now,
You mean drop searches by that?
right.
Yeah.
Of course, there are some people who would love to play Summer Pockets more like a memory compression-ish deck, and
Yeah,
Summer Pockets does allow you to do that.
Yeah, and I'm just, it's more of, I'll admit it's a good card, but I'm not the biggest fan of it. It doesn't really fit my playstyle, so
That's fair.
I mean, I'll give this a playable, but my heart isn't in it.
For sure. And I'm going to agree here. It's a solid card. Like it has dual use. It can grab you almost anything. It grabs you anything from your living room whenever you need it, and if you meet the condition, she enables a +1 to your memory count if you are playing that kind of deck. Right, and Soul Sweeper, what say you?
Well, I'm basically the exact opposite of Gavin on that previous statement because this is basically exactly what my playstyle is.
Mm.
So to me, I'm definitely giving it a playable because it's a solid pseudo utility feature that you could also use for free exile if you're going for the type of deck I built, which is heavy on self exile, so memory based shit.
For sure, for sure.
Compression through memory. And it doesn't cost you one stock to do it, so
assuming you don't play the ability, which you could do that.
good for those kinds of decks.
Definitely, definitely. Now, of course, we're not saying that Summer Pocket is going to become like pre-restriction Psychono oppressive, but it could kind of get there.
No, I don't think it can. Going from all the stuff that I've gone through with the first set and looking at a lot of stuff in the second set, I don't think we can make it as ridiculous as Psychono.
But your Summer Pockets, so you
get a pretty solid memory-based deck going with what we've seen.
But yeah, but you also remember, it's the Summer Pockets. You're not just simply gonna crush a bunch of weenies in.
Yeah.
You actually have some muscle.
Yep.
Alrighty. Moving along, and we actually had to go through a bunch of cards that refer back to our mystical friend here. We gotta go back to green really quick, people. Merry Christmas, Shizuku. It's almost Christmas. This probably goes up around that time, actually. Since a level 2 costs 8,000 power, 2 soul. If you have 2 or more other Summer Pockets characters, she gets 1,000 power. And auto climax combo with a card named, definitely don't want you to forget, the gold bar trigger you see right there on your screen is placed on your climax area. And she is in your front row. You may pay the cost of put a card named Miss Good Friend Shizuku from your memory into your waiting room. And if you do that, choose out to 2 Summer Pockets characters for your waiting room, place them into your stock in any order, and she gets 3,000 power until the end of the turn for a whopping total of 13,000.
So, Hanakawa, anybody?
I'm gonna call like the actual IKEA a bit.
Right, I'm just like going, is Bushiroad really scared of Hanakawa? Is Bushiroad really that scared of that card?
So it seems.
I'm just like, isn't Hanakawa also 9/5 powers up this?
Something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess she's like an easy like plus 3k on her 6/5 or something because of LOL experience in Monogatari.
That's not a requirement, sir, and you know it.
Yeah, that's why I said LOL experience.
That's not a requirement! I'm going, okay. So, start charge 2 clean. Okay, sure. I mean, that's fine. It's fine. I mean, nowadays it's just, I don't think people really care that much. Like, having this be a combo just makes me go, man. Now, obviously, this had to be a combo, otherwise it's broken.
Oh yeah.
But putting it on a combo, even on something as consistent as a bar, as much as I hate them, just makes me go, well, this seems kind of underwhelming, honestly. Now, having the drop salvage, like returning the drop salvage, isn't really that big of an issue. But it's the combo itself that just makes you go, okay. It's kind of too little too late. Especially since you have to pay the initial 2 stock to even get her into play in the first place. Yes, she will go stock positive, but again, I think it's too little too late at that point. So, like, Shizuku Waifu, I can see it, but any place else, like, in terms of competitive, no, I would give this a niche. That's just how poorly I feel about Hanakawa now.
Yeah, that card profile has definitely shown its age, and I can see why.
Even the LB version, I don't even like the LB version, and that's on a 2/1.
Well, the LB version is completely blind.
Right. I don't even like the even if the LB version was on a 2-1 that stock charge clean, I still wouldn't like it that much.
Damn. The game has changed that much since like 2016, huh?
This game went from 1 to 11 in terms of speed.
Damn.
This game's fucking modern, man.
This game's modern. People actually die on someone's 5th or 6th turn.
Oh yeah, this game is that quick now.
Alright, anyway, Shizuku here. Yeah, Summer Pockets already gives you other things to use outside of like Shizuku waifu or like Shizuku and Samugi OTP deck or something. Yeah, I guess this as well.
If you want stock charge, Shiroha's your girl.
Yeah, Shiroha, you get her off earlier and gets also clean and...
No, Shiroha is blind. Shiroha is blind.
blind.
But at the same time, it's the timing that makes Shiroha a lot better.
Right. You ideally get that shit off at level 1.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh, mate, it's up to you now.
Well, I'm the most divergent on this one, I assume. Because I view this as a pretty solid card, a pretty solid option. It gets you 2 guaranteed clean stock. It's capable of being an anti-level 3 at 13k with Climax. So you're basically killing anything at level 2. It will automatically refund its entire stock cost by activating the ability. So it basically can be a free action for the turn, while also screwing over your opponent. And it's a 2-soul beater on top of that, so you can get a little bit of damage race on there as well. Now, all of that said, there are plenty of other options for other strategies if you wish, and it doesn't do the one thing that everyone and their mother seems to care about these days, which is add cards to your hand. So that is a caveat that people have to take into account as well. As for stock charging options, it's probably one of the better ones I've seen in the set. It gives you 2 clean, and is potentially repeatable with a backup and a support card. I'd say it's playable.
Okay, I respect your opinion.
Not one I normally play myself, but I'd say it's playable for your average player.
For sure, for sure. Alrighty, moving along here with our little Shizuku package.
Oh man, Merry Christmas,
Oh
Shizuku.
no, that's not Merry Christmas.
Wait a second,
is
that is
the,
not even close, man.
Yeah, what is the actual name of that again? Sorry, give me a moment here.
Oh man.
Blessed Confetti, apparently.
Yeah, I was about to say, man. 2 a.m.
2 a.m. Ren works on preparing these things for y'all.
Alrighty, 3/2, 7k. She's a 2k assist to everybody, not just level 3s. When this enters the battlefield, you may choose the drop salvage and exile it. You may pay 1 at the beginning of your opponent's attack phase. You may pay the cost. If you do, choose many of the drop salvages you like. Return them to your hand. Perform the following action X times. Discard a card from your hand, and then choose one of your opponent's guys and get the -1 soul, where X is the number of cards that you return to your hand from exile via the effect. There's a lot to unpack here.
There is. So basically, you read it. It basically says, okay, you can undo the memory, and equal to that, up to that number that you undid, you may ditch 1 to soul reduce an opponent's character.
You return 3 of them. That's basically a money counter playing.
Right. Assuming, of course, we're assuming that said character can actually be chosen.
Right.
Some people do actually play this thing called Hexproof, believe it or not.
Yeah, well, I mean, hexproof is annoying. But at the same time, I just go 3/2, 7k. I mean, she's a solid support, but the ability itself is just weird. Like,
oh, it definitely is.
now
There's no doubt about it.
it doesn't have the weakness of, say, Priestess. It does require you to play the package, though. It does require you to play it.
Right.
This card isn't. how should I say this? It doesn't heal you. It doesn't gain card. It doesn't give you a card back.
Well, you're playing this you're playing it similarly to that Navi card from Persona 5.
You mean Futaba? Futaba Navi?
Yeah.
Well, Futaba Navi's better because it's literally pitch climax money counter. No.
Right, but you know, other than her like doing that, and like I think she like gives some sort of boost.
She's global 15.
Yeah, but
She's
like,
global
what else do you
15,
do with her besides those two things, right?
I don't exactly remember, but at the same time, you know, Shizuku is like if you're running
Level 15 and the money counter ability of it.
Okay, so if the Shizuku is, if you're running the drop salvage, I'd probably run maybe a copy or two of this.
Yeah.
Other than that, you know, the drop salvage is good enough to run on its own. You know, like if you're running a defensive core, sure. This is obviously meant to be run with the rest of green cards because green is very defensive now. Thanks to Aqua and money, and thanks to Aqua and the plushie counter. So I'm gonna have to. Unfortunately, though, as good as this card is, I'm gonna have to get this card a niche.
I'm gonna try to be a little nicer here about this one, only because it does have some neat uses. Like, as we were saying, like I'll say this. This feels like out between this and Merry Christmas, Shizuku, this feels like a much better incentive to be running Miss Good Friend Shizuku.
Oh yeah. This is much better than Hanakawa.
So,
much better.
Yeah. So, like, you know, the ability to like have like a simple pay one to, you know, undo your memory, because you know you're trying to, you know, at that point I will agree you're trying to end the game anyway. So doing something that is literally the border between life and death is perfectly fine at that point of the game. So I'm gonna actually respect this card a little more and give it the playable minus.
Alrighty.
Like, you know, I think undoing your memory at level 3 is perfectly fine. Honestly
You don't
speaking.
care. You don't care at that point. You're trying to live, man.
You're trying to live and win on the counter. Alright, so Sweeper, what say you about this?
I apparently am, as usual, the outlier.
Alrighty.
I give this a straight up playable because it's a very solid card. You don't need this in the front line to activate its abilities, like a lot of the priestess-like things. You don't have to worry about a lot of chaff to shrink. So if you want to do a stall strat or a survival strat, all you have to do is play the level 0, which is easy as balls to exo because on reverse exo me. At the end game, pay 1 at the start of the attack phase, return 3 of the things, and that thing's basically not dealing damage this turn. And if you have a couple of them in the back row to add for support, for whatever your finisher happens to be, then you can basically say no to 2 entire lanes, because it's shrink damage based off the number of level 0s you return to your hand. So that would be pretty solid for a survival-based strategy.
Definitely.
And it only costs 8 cards in the deck, same as your standard climax combo that does a similar thing.
Well, to be fair, I don't think you'll be running 4 copies of West Confetti Shizuku, even in a defensive-heavy deck, I would think.
I'm using that as an example.
Yeah. I mean, you could theoretically do it, but I don't see any reason to.
Maybe
I'm just
2?
I'm just saying, if you wanted to do that, you could easily do that for the same amount that you do for your average combo, and this doesn't require a climax slot.
Right. And on top of that, usually a climax combo version like the alluded to priestess that Gavin mentioned earlier, those can typically just be blinked away by Shigo or something, whereas with Shizuku you're like, I can't just simply blink the problem away.
No, you actually have to blow the problem off the board.
Or you actually play one of those, there's a type of profile that says like on play discard a climax to yeet that character until the end of the turn. If I remember correctly, or something. I think like there was like it was like a I think it was like a Miku card from Go to Boon that did that.
I think so. Yes.
Yeah. Like you need to play like something like that blinks it for the entire turn.
Or wrath it.
Or Rapid. Okay, Eins.
Or Godzilla.
Or Godzilla.
Godzilla.
Alrighty. Well,
You'll never see Godzilla, but hello.
I maybe at the local level, but
Oh, of course, at the local level, but not at World Grand Prix.
true. Alright, moving along here, we'll have Social to take care of this last part of our Mr. Frank package.
It's 1-0, topped by Magic Shizuku. 1-0-4K, 1 soul. On attack, if you have 2 or more other summer pockets, look at the top 2. Put 1 on top and the rest in the living room, so you can mill 1, put the other on top. And return 0 Chan from memory to on attack, basically turn her into assassin. So return the chick to memory to your hand, pitch it from hand to turn her into a 7K for the turn. Not bad, but not great either. They're really trying to push the.
They really are. Even debatably, even Merry Christmas Shizuku feels better than this, or feels like a better incentive to run Miss Code Friend Shizuku over this card. This is Do I do it first? I get how to say this. You get Aces burning red.
This hand of mine is burning red. Its loud roar tells me to grasp victory.
Oh crap! We've already entered that point.
Yep.
Alright, so Steven, do you wish to be the outlier again?
I've never really been a big fan of assassins. The first ability makes it worth playing, to my opinion, but at the same time, it's basically the last thing I'd pick, even if I was running the previous engine.
Right.
It's just not something I'd really go towards myself, so I don't think it's oof, but I'd put it literally whatever the stage above oof is, only for the first ability. And that said, I'm pretty sure that there's others with similar abilities that you can use instead that probably have better secondary effects.
For sure,
I don't remember if I've seen any in summer pockets.
What?
Alrighty. Now that we're out of this package, Miss Good Friend Samugi, 1-0-4,500. On play, she gets 1,500 power until the end of the turn, and although during the turn that she is placed from your hand onto the stage, when her battle opponent becomes reversed, you may pay the cost of 1 stock, rest another standing character with Samugi or Shizuku in their names, and if you do, search your deck for a character with Samugi or Shizuku in their names, reveal it, add to your hand, and shuffle your deck.
Man, they've nerfed this profile by 500. They really. Oh my! What was wrong? What was wrong with making this a 65, man? What was wrong? What was wrong with it? It's fair. You paid 1 to +1, man, and it's even on reverse too. Like, remember when Daya did this, man?
I do remember we unironically played Daya.
Yeah, I was about to say, man.
We unironically played that shit.
2018 was a very dark year for Sunshine. It was a very dark year. Oh my god! Like, if Doggo Card Reviews was alive in 2018, Oh man, we would have sung the praises of Dia, but
Yeah, Gaia was like, oh yeah, this is very good.
but I mean, Dia tutored for music.
She can it for anything, pretty much anything in Sunshine.
Okay, she couldn't tutor for Shiitake, but who cares?
A mall tutoring Shiitake, that one.
I mean, Shiitake is is Chika's doge, by the way.
I remember.
So, anyways, I'm just going. No. No. Why would I play a nerd version of this in Summer Pocket? Summer Pockets actually has good combos. So why would I play this?
Honestly,
Like-
it's probably for the Waifu slash OTP deck. So because of that merit, I have like little other choice than to miss it.
This ability to self-multiply.
Are you kidding me? This profile deserves that.
Actually, no, I can't be that mean. Nation. Nation.
Oh, this profile deserves that. Excuse me.
And that is inferior to Dia in every single way.
Doesn't mean she's complete garbage.
Most players would probably say she's complete garbage, man.
Oh
You-
man,
you-
how privileged have players become? At this,
You want-
at this point, does a player base deserve a nuclear holocaust?
I was about to say, man, you already know the answer to that question, sir. You already know the answer.
Gosh, sorry, this has actually become memory TV.
Blame Thoring for everything.
Okay, so before we actually make this into memory TV, what say you about this card?
Outside of Tsumugi deck or something similar, even then, yeah, I'm gonna have to oof this one.
Whoa!
Based off all the things I've seen from Summer Pocket, all of my experiences with Summer Pocket, all the things I've gone into with Summer Pocket,
Holy
there are
shit.
just so many other options that don't require quite as much setup. You don't have to tap your standing characters to activate their abilities. Yeah, it's not a climax combo, but at the same time, you've got other similar options available. If you don't mind that it's a draw effect, you've got a Tsumugi in the first set that on reverse draw pitch gets pretty big. And you've got the stock charging one that goes with the event. We had a decent one earlier in this set alone, if I remember correctly.
Come on, man.
Yeah. So we've got plenty of options that we can go with.
Oh man.
It's just, it's too clunky for me.
You think this is a
The things
cookie
I look
profile?
for in my decks are consistency and utility, like versatility. This is just too restricting for a player like me.
Okay, that is fair, but really, man, oof.
This is coming from a guy who was playing what would normally be considered objectively bad cards for my main deck.
You can even ask Gavin about that crap.
He plays a lot of. His deck contains a lot of garbage, man. Man, if we were reviewing SMP Subla, I have the script ready.
Oh boy.
I have the script.
I just find it surprising that of all the people to oof this card, and not go back on it, is actually so sweeper.
I was tempted, man. I was tempted.
And I persuaded you not to go that far.
Actually, if I had stuck with it, it would have been the double.
Oh no, come
I don't
on.
think it's that bad. It's not a bad card.
Wait, we can safely move on then, in that case?
Yes, we could safely move on before my co-host loses his sanity.
Oh, hey, how about the Mini-Tron?
Yep, Midsummer Beach. Oh, 329K. If you have 2 or less, he's level 2. Let's see here. When this enters the battlefield, draw a card, ditch a card, bounce. And when this also enters the battlefield, if you have 2 or less in memory, put the midget in exile
Hmm.
from your graveyard, of course.
Remember, the midget enables what we call real ice cream / select. No. Choice. I forget.
The prime cut,
The
boys.
prime cut. There we go.
Alrighty, so you know what? This isn't actually. So this is small, yes, but that's not the point. The point is that she bounces something that's annoying. She's a 2-soul beater.
Mhm.
Yeah, the 2 or less is kind of the two or less is pretty good. And if you don't have the midget already in exile, well, put her in there, man.
Or get another one because fuck it.
Yeah, get another one because fuck it. Because and like I like it how the other abilities of this card are independent of the midget not being there.
That's actually very nice.
I really like that actually because
This is pretty good design overall.
if it was tied to the midget, oh god damn it! If I live, no,
That would be pretty bad.
that would be really bad. Oh my god! But you know what? This is a solid playable for me. Yes. The only problem I have with this card is she's 9K.
Yeah, she's very tiny, but you're not using her to try to get over anything, you're just using her to dispose of something. And conveniently add one more to the memory count.
Hey, she's bigger than fucking Kaede at least.
True. But yeah, she's a solid playable for me as well. Honestly, the only downside is that she's a little tiny, but at that point, like, she makes for someone you got rid of something, so temporarily. But
She doesn't. I mean, it's more of you don't really care about the fact that she's small.
yeah,
I just wish she was like 10K.
At least she's just not a simple healer.
No, we already have enough of those.
We have plenty. We have plenty of pretty good healers in this title.
I was about to say this set has like lots of premium healers.
True. All right, so Sweeper, what about you?
I think it's a pretty solid card. It'd be an excellent tech option for any deck, because, again, you can just drop it, bounce something.
Mhm.
And if you want to compress your deck a little bit more and a little bit screwed from previous existence or paid out too many cards for other effects,
Mm-hmm.
then she'd work pretty well at getting a little bit out of your grave into the exile zone. So I'd say solidly playable.
Mm-hmm. Now, unlike for the audience, it's like a little reminder, or if they don't know set one, pretty much what they don't know set one. Period. Giggle Sister I transforms into a 1/1 owl from set one,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like,
Yep,
and she also enables an owl as we said earlier, as an actual proper Azusa / Akatsuki.
That's like the real deal, boys.
Mm-hmm.
The real deal.
5K.
She is 105K. It's bigger than Whoops.
It's bigger than Wooby, who's currently on the restriction list, mind you.
Who needs to be lifted?
Who gets very gay. I don't know about lifting that.
What do you mean, man?
If anyone's gonna get lifted from that, it's gonna be fucking
Mari?
one of the Mari cards gets lifted before her.
What?
One of them. The problem is which one, because they both are pretty harmful.
Not the drop search, man. I'd rather see the It's Joke Assassin back. Because Guilty Kisses doesn't mean nobody plays that shit.
Right, I mean we all knew that Charlotte abused the fuck out of Water Blue New World Mari. I'm gonna search for my standby target and dump it in the waiting room.
What? Oh, I'm also gonna draw a card picture. Hey, look, I drew into the game. What? Oh, it's so fucking good, man. Zero
Alright.
does not make a good substitute.
No, the scry is pretty sus.
I would much prefer the drop ditch, man. Alrighty, next card.
Alright, so Sweeper.
Commanding Wind, Immobile. 3/2, 10K, 2 soul. When this is placed from hand to stage, you may put the top card of your clock in the waiting room. Pay 1, pitch 1. When this is When this attacks, you may, if you have a character in your front row with a center slot with summer pockets in name, which there's plenty of options to choose from. You may pay cost. If so, deal 1 damage to your opponent, and this gains 1,000 power to the end of turn.
Oh, it heals, it burns. It's an 11k, but you don't really care. Like,
If you're running store pockets finishers, this would be a pretty decent side add-in. It
yeah,
heals
right.
you additional
Extra instance of damage independent of whatever climax combos you are enabling.
But do keep in mind, you do have to have summer pockets to activate the burn.
right. So,
And most of those tend to be level 3s, and a good chunk of those are climax combos from what we've seen.
Mm-hmm.
so this would make a decent side option. So, you know what? Yeah. At the same time, it's a simple burn one. It's not bad. It's relatively cheap too.
Mm-hmm.
It does restrict what your finisher is, but yeah, well, majority of them are pretty good actually. This would make a great side option.
Finishers. I believe there's also a level 2 that fits with this because it just has to have summer pockets in name.
Right, but the majority of them are the majority of the summer pockets are level 3 climax combos. So
Yeah,
R&D.
like I think the only Shirohide might be like I think Shirohide's like one of the only ones who's a level 3 and not on the climax combo.
she's Musashi.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you know what? If you want to remain on color, Momoe's not a bad choice. Honestly, I think I'd rather just play Musashi. This does heal you, so if you're playing Shizuku, you know, this is your token healer instead of your finisher. You know, I'm glad that Bushi is learning that, hey, healing finish, we should not put heals on finishers.
Or you could use it with Miki that we saw in Red.
Oh yeah, you could. Miki, but Miki healed you as well, so... you know what? I'm gonna have to give this a playable minus, actually.
Hmm.
I would be a bit conservative on this card.
That's fair. Yeah, actually, I'm gonna be a little nice. I'm gonna say playable just because I think like just about every summer pockets, like it's a nice like one, it's a nice budget option to have, and two, you know, it just like an extra instance of damage and you can't find your third copy of your finisher or something. This is okay to have in a jiffy. So this card's relatively fine. Alright, what about you, Soul Sleeper?
Yeah, I'm with Rin on this one. It's
Okay.
solidly playable. Would work in most any deck, assuming you have a splash of blue. And you can easily get that with some of the level 0s from either set.
Mm-hmm.
Either the first set or this one. So you got a good amount of options for color splash if you need it.
For sure.
It'll work with almost any of the Summer Pockets combos, so I'd say it's pretty solid as a tech option. Just, I need a healer, I need additional instance of damage, go.
For sure.
It's pretty solid, so playable.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, next.
Sure thing. After all, it's obvious. Oh, level 00 costs 500 power. All of your other sweeping face without guard Owl from the trial deck gain 1000 power. She's also an assist 500, and on play, if you have 6 or fewer cards in your hand, you may pay the cost of discard a red or blue card from your hand to the weight room. If you do, search your deck for up to one card named Sweeping Face Without Guard Owl, reveal it, add to your hand, and shuffle your deck. So for those who don't remember, she is an on reverse search climax combo. 5k.
So basically this tutors for Shimakaze.
Yeah.
I'm just going, okay, so
On
this makes Shimakaze.
book, if I remember correctly.
Yes. Actually, no, she's block. I think she's block.
Or was it stock solo mo?
No, it's either book or pants. Book or pants, I can't remember. But this makes her 6'5", 7'5". This makes her 7'5". I mean, it's this makes her 6'5" on the defense. Like, according
it's
to
actually pants.
oh, okay, it's actually pants, so that's actually a pretty good trigger. So I'm just going.
Oh shit! It's the one where the SP's like fucking mood.
Yeah. And I'm just going, so... I'm just going to myself, what? So, look, I'm going to actually rate this as a package because obviously you're not going to play this without the Shimakaze combo. Because this card pretty much locks you into the Shimakaze combo.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So, in terms of, a lot of people have said, "Oh, you play this. You don't play Shiroha anymore. You play the Shimakaze combo. The Shimakaze combo is good enough." I'm just like, Shimakaze Shimakaze combo.
Like the only merit I see is that this serves as like your extra copies of your combo.
Right, this serves as copies 4 to 8. Then, of course, a lot of people complain that Shiroha is complicated, convoluted. I'm like, not really. She's not really all that complicated. Yes, you can pitch cards from your hand to tutor for this, but at the same time, she winds up in any zone but your deck or your hand. Good luck finding her. You're stuck either way. And the difference between 7-5 and 10-5 is pretty massive, actually. Like, the 7-5 can, at best, tie with a 1-1-7-5 with Hand Encore. The 10-5 can threaten 2-2s now. And in fact...
potentially level 3s.
Oh, yeah, even potentially level 3s. This can't even scratch most level 3s. Most level 3s that most people would put in front row. So, the majority of the time, I'm just going... Now, obviously, majority of people will retort, well, this combo isn't obviously meant to face level 3. But at the same time, Shiroha can potentially fight them. This obviously can't. Now, the ability to ditch a red or blue card, well, let's say you're running a Simic deck, no! You can't pitch half your hand. So basically, I'm just going, and it's Shimakaze. Literally a on reverse +1. This is in 2016, man. Saying this is like the quote-unquote meta combo makes me scratch my head because I'm just going, since when is an on reverse +1 acceptable to most players? Especially the sweat.
Right, a lot of people are going, my climax combos have to be plus 1.5 minimum.
Exactly. And yet these are the same
or debatably, if they are just simply +1s, I shouldn't have to do any work for it.
Right.
But again, Innocence of Twilight from SAO 10th Anniversary.
That combo is so fucking free, dude. The combo is so fucking free.
So fucking free, but it's a simple +1.
That's fine. It's fucking free, literally.
But people are demanding, my all reverse combos or combos where I need do some more work in should be 1.5 or above.
I mean, I have the same mentality.
It's funny because they laugh at Shiroha profiles, which are actually 1.5s.
or 2.
Or
in
2
science space case.
Yeah, Rio is a +2.
So, legitimately speaking, why would I play this? I'm just going, why would I play this? And they retort, Summer Pockets has nothing else. Shiroha. It has Shiroha. The original.
It still occupies a lot of slots in your deck, by the way.
Yeah, I was about to say, this occupies the same amount of slots. This is 12.
There's lots of other options aside from just, we've seen a lot just
Right.
set alone.
The only argument that I see for this combo is just the simple fact that this owl from set 2 serve as your 5th and beyond copies of your owl combo.
Or maybe you want to play the loot climax.
You just want to be like, I simped and spent over $500 for these.
So, but either way, I'm just going, no.
So I'm pretty sure, Gavin, I'm pretty sure 85% or more decent local game stores would say that card is a no.
Yeah, I was about to say I'm not.
Any decently run local game store should be no, you don't get to play with that unless you have a day all to yourselves. Which you seldom do. Because while your Weiss Schwarz is going on, we got Magic right over here and Pokemon right over there.
Right. So, I mean, literally, I don't think that dark side. I haven't encountered it yet at locals. I haven't been at locals for like eons now. So I'm just
Like,
going.
if I ever owned Dark Climax, it would be like, yeah, if we're hanging out, like, at my home or something, sure. But if we're, like, out in public, oh, hell no.
Oh,
I'm putting back in my actual, non-foil copies.
right. Or just playing Shinoha.
Or just put Shiroha, but, yeah.
I'm just going. You can ditch a red or a blue card. I'm just going.
But
Hey.
sure, if filter, sure, you can discard excess climaxes for it.
Sure.
It's nifty.
But
It's nifty.
at the same time, Shimakaze combos in 2020. No. No.
I'm gonna go ahead and give my first opinion here. Y'all don't mind. I'm just gonna go. I'll be a little safe.
Sure.
Playable minus, only because it serves as extra copies of an otherwise mediocre but still, to some people, acceptable combo. That's like the only reason.
Niche.
News. Oh, that's fair.
I was tempted to invoke the apocalypse. I was
Alright.
tempted.
Oh yeah, for sure. All right, Soul Sweeper. What say you?
Pretty simple. My thoughts are, if you want to run the zero previous set, then no problem. This is an excellent option to have in your deck. It gets you additional copies of the level 1 combo, and it also powers it up to the level where it can be more or less consistent on its reversals. And unlike Gavin, I'm more than happy with just a simple 1-to-1 ratio of on reverse get one card. Fine by me as long as it can consistently go off.
Mm.
I don't need to be facing level 2s with a level or none of that crap.
Mm.
I'm perfectly fine with a nice, fair game.
Mm-hmm.
That said, I'm actually with Gavin on this one as for niche.
Okay.
Because if I remember correctly, there are better options in the twins that you can run if you want to run twins or if you want to run something similar. So there are other things you can do.
I'd rather run the 2 book combo from fucking set 1 over this.
No.
I will also say that I will never be able to understand Gavin's absolute obsession with the Shiroha combo.
Hey, it's okay. A lot of people apparently feel the same way as you do. Like you heard Gavin say himself. Ew, why would you play Shiroha?
Why is it that if one single thing exists, everything else must be shoved to the side because one single thing exists?
Because I view it as the superior option. Why would I play anything else?
Because you're basically forced to play a vanilla in addition to it. Little Shiroha basically does nothing except turn into big Shiroha.
Fair enough. Draw a ditch, man. That draw ditch has
That draw ditch is more useful than one might think.
it's pretty handy actually.
Like, oh, if I get drawn into Azazel. Oh, okay, hello.
Oh, I drew into it, boys. Oh, let's start the fucking train, boys.
Oh, start to. Oh no, please.
Hey man, cue the video clip.
Oh no 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 no.
Okay. Okay.
Really?
Yeah, man.
I swear there has to be like some kind of like shock counter for each time this guy plays this. He went into another one at level 3.
Yeah, but in response.
Oh shit! Oh shit! He had only one choice. That's pretty cool. Oh lordy lord.
You know what I'm digging for.
Yeah.
I don't know your reaction to this.
Oh my goodness.
Goodness.
If I had to get a whiskey right now, I would start like consuming that. Cause that's how much. Oh.
Keep your pot running.
This is where Gavin has to say Bakamitai.
Oh, fucking. You have PTSD from that, don't you?
Alright, moving along. After we have digested
Yeah.
that.
Keep in mind, you are talking to a guy who happily plays this guy even in major tournaments because
Hey, I'll say one thing. If I actually owned this Gaia, I would actually play it too. It's actually pretty fun.
Alright,
Oh, yeah.
Summer Sunshine Kamome, 002K. When it comes to the battlefield, surveil, boys. And when you play a climax, you bounce this, choose one of your guys, get them 1,000 for the cycle. Man, what is surveil blue?
When did Surveil become blue thinking?
Like, what? Surveil is red, Bushy.
Hey, as you said before, Gavin, we're still releasing a Phyrexian color pie.
True, they do believe in the Phyrexian color. Yeah, they do the Phyrexian color. Like,
Remember when a bunch of blue cards just suddenly gain power only on the player's own turn?
wait, that's a yellow ability, man.
Or when yellow cards happen, or when some yellow cards gain the ability to get power on the opponent's turn?
You what? But regardless, this is actually pretty solid. Like, I cannot lie. It's just like, well, I mean,
It's nifty. The problem I go is,
space.
well, space is one game. What I meant to say is, theme. Kamome is only in green and blue.
Right.
The second ability here, well, both abilities here, honestly, are typically like, hello, this is clearly screaming standby, right?
Right. This is meant for standby. I was gonna say that.
Like,
This is clearly.
wait, did someone make a mistake at Bushiro?
Like I said, this is a red card, right, guys? This is a misprint, right?
I mean, like, okay, to be fair, we have seen the we have seen blue cards that bounce back to hand when you play a climax, i.e., the Toka Brainstorm from Gale Life.
Mm-hmm. But blue surveil, you what?
Is this actually the first blue card that surveils?
Yeah, this is actually the first blue surveil.
Oh fuck!
I'm just going. Wait, blue surveil? You mean that's supposed to be a scry, right, Bushy? Right?
Yes, right. Oh lord.
I'm just going. What? What?
Oh man.
I'm confuzzled here, man.
Well.
But anyways, back to this card. This is perfect in standby shells. This is perfect. Like, hey look, I see that annoying 2/2 on top. Surveil out a wide. Oh look, let me stand by in my 2. Yeah, let me get an additional 1,000 on top of it. Yeah, that's pretty fucking good. And let me do it again next turn, and next turn, and next turn, and next turn. Like, oh my god, that's. And guess what? Oh look, you managed to wipe my board. Okay, push her. Come on, man.
Oh.
Push her up.
By the way,
Hmm?
this Chain Chronicle card was the first blue card I surveilled.
Oh, holy shit! What? That is ancient history, man. Nobody plays Chain Chronicle. Get the fuck out of here. Okay. Okay. You play fucking green, man. That doesn't count. Nobody plays Chain Blue. But anyways, come over. I'm gonna have.
pretty solid. You have to admit that much at least. You were there when I built that deck.
Yeah, but I was just like, eh. But at the same time, in terms of Summer Sunshine, you know what? I would give this a playable minus.
Yeah, we'll have to agree here. You know, if you are playing like a standby heavy deck, this is probably worth your time to consider. All right, and you know, I think people are still toying around with standby builds for this title, so there you go. All right, so Sleeper, what say you?
I'd have to say playable minus as well. It's not a bad card. Surveil is never going to be a bad option. And the power up climax placement is not bad either, especially if you're running something like a snowball combo or a on reverse combo.
For sure.
So not bad. It's just not something you'd really default to in most all decks. So
Definitely.
take it as you will.
All right, moving along here again. Alright, so Sweeper.
Summer Sunshine Samui. 002K, 1 soul. If you have 2 or more other Summer Pockets characters, gets 1000. Climax combo on attack if the last time you thank you is in your climax zone until the end of until the next end of your opponent's turn. This gains the following ability: at the beginning of your opponent's attack phase, choose and perform one of the following 2 effects. Return this to your hand, or move this to a slot in the front row without a character opposite. So basically, run away or bounce the hand.
No, that sounds like run away, run away. Let's be honest here.
Yeah, it's just straight up run the hell away. Dot
I look at this and I'm like, why?
I heard you want more shows.
We already have this at home, and we already have a free runner.
Yeah, next time on Mobile Fighter G Gundam.
Let's get things started. Gundam fight all set. Ready, go! You know what? Fuck it. Make it the double.
You need to give me another quote for that.
Oh. Today's opponent is Argo Golsky of Neo Russia.
Thank you.
Really putting it, ain't you?
That's one for me as well, I take it.
Yeah. I don't think it'd be worth the climax slot. There's too many other options. It just takes up too many spaces.
We already have.
Options that are very simple.
As Gavin saying, we do already have these. As Gavin is saying, we do have these at home.
Both of them.
Both of them at home. True. Okay, moving along before we vomit from how disgusting this card is. Top Magic. What the Shizuku? No way. How did I make this mistake?
Oh my god. Another summered Samugi. It's another summered Samugi.
Thank you.
It's like Anonatsu Moichito. Like, that summer again.
Yeah, I was gonna be like... Yeah, I think that's how English translated that summer once again. There we go. Okay.
There we go.
Okay, that summer once again, Samugi. 104K. Continuous recollection. If a card game picture found in the storage, which is the 45th card of set 1, is in your memory, she gains 2500 power and the ability of also when another one of your characters is thrown to attack, you may pay a cost of sending her to the waiting room to give that character 1000 power until the end of the turn.
So 6/5 beat stick along with being a field counter. Cool. What space do I have for this shit?
Yeah, this is...
I mean, like a 1K field counter. Yeah, I don't think a 1K field counter is gonna save my guys, man. You know what?
Does it each continue to burn red?
Erupting, burning finger.
Oh, okay. Yeah, even a Samugi deck, I don't think there's space for this, huh?
I'm positive this guy has acquired the power of DG cells.
With the help of Kyoji.
With the help of Kyoji. Holy shit, that show is extremely quotable. That show is so quotable. Holy shit.
But you know what's the baby more quotable if we're talking Gundam?
Mm-hmm.
The quote-unquote fan subs of the Mobile Suit Gundam Zeta new transmission series.
Oh no! No!
Oh, Yuki-sama.
This is so bad.
Kisama Yasu.
This is so bad. No!
Power of crappy dubs.
but at least the English dub is official. Holy,
It makes it more fun.
that might as well be fan fiction. That script might as well be fan fiction, though. Holy shit, it's so bad. Okay. Oh, it's up to you now. You're the last one.
This is gonna look like a strange pyramid, but I'm gonna say niche.
That's fine.
Looking at this and considering what all else it would be coupling with for the pick and storage engine,
Mhm.
it wouldn't be a bad thing to have in there. It would basically make it something that would be able to keep your, if you're using the set 1 Mugi combo, which is if pick and storage is out, stock charge. Much more valid or viable thing by being able to back it up to a reasonable size on defense. And on offense, this thing could easily be a 7K by just giving the 500 power from the pick to this thing. Being a decent way of just removing something that's not as small on defense either.
Fair enough, fair enough.
As I said, it's something that's more fluff on top of already pre-existing fluff. So take it or leave it kind of thing.
All right, next. Oh boy, Merry Christmas Tsumugi 2125. This is the counter, boys. It's a pitch 2 anti-change counter. Straight up destroy.
There's not too much we can say about this, do we?
SMP already has a sack counter.
They did.
So, and that's also straight up destroy. I'm just
It
going.
was straight up destroy.
Why could
you're talking about Shiroha from set 1, right?
Yeah, I'm talking about the yellow one from set 1. Yeah,
She gonna
that
send.
is great.
Is she send?
Nope.
She gonna send a stock?
Nope, she's straight up destroy.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it's Phyrexian color bot. I'm just going. Why couldn't you be sent a stock like banana?
Like Nanners, true.
I would say banana. By the way, Nanners wasn't the first variant of that actual.
Oh yeah, no, I'm
It was from it's from Yayoi. Actually, Yayoi from 765 also does the same thing. She's Nanners.
Right, I can't think Nanners was the first one. Period. It's just like Nanners,
No.
Nanners is one of the more memorable ones, I guess.
Oh yeah. She's what the cool kids would reference with that profile.
Right, kind of like how people call it Riki.
Instead of Akane.
Right, or Elif instead of Yui.
Or didn't Kide come first? Didn't Wolverine come first?
I think if you look back, no, I think it's like a second. No, he's like the second or third one.
Oh, okay. Well,
Angel Beats excavations were pretty early.
oh, okay. So it was before Wolverine or Ellie.
Yeah.
But like, if you really hate stat counters, like, yes, this is your option. But at the same time, we have a stat counter.
I'm just gonna go. You're niching it. Okay, that's fair.
I'm niching this. I was tempted to invoke the apocalypse again.
I'll just give it to Playable Minds only because it is a fair option for people who just don't like set counters or they just don't want to play Shiroha for some reason. You know, here you go.
Shiro has a budget option too.
Right. Well, hey man, I don't know about you, but I think I'd rather. If for some reason they were the same card or something, I honestly prefer looking at Tsumugi over Shiroha anyway.
Okay, fair enough.
Alright, what say you, Sun Sleeper?
I'd say it's your standard profile. It's playable in most any set. So if that's your thing, go for it. If not, we have other options.
Okay.
But it's averagely playable.
Okay, fair enough.
Wow, we have a very strange pyramid here.
Hey, that's what helps
Well,
makes
to me,
that
it's
prevents
really
it.
one of many options.
Yeah, I mean,
You want some
yeah.
form of response. This is a response.
Mhm.
And yeah, you have other options, but you can also just use this as your option.
Mhm.
Pick your favorite option, as with
Definitely.
any other set.
Yeah, this is not my favorite option. Not even close. All right, next.
option is.
Alright, moving along here.
This is your card.
The summer, yeah, I was just about to read it when
Okay.
you interrupted. The summer I started to like you, Shizuku and Hayari. 1, 6k, 1 soul. On attack, if the character is level 3 or higher, gain 6k. And pitch a climax from hand to waiting room. At the beginning of your encore step, cost, if so, salvage a character. So it's a good way of getting rid of excess climaxes in your hand for your finisher if you need it. And it's a 2k anti-level 3.
So 12k you mean.
Yeah, you know what I meant. To overly simplify what I just read.
Well, this is 1,000 smaller than your average level 3 killer, but it does give you the additional utility of being able to pick max, though I don't often find myself overly flooded. And, 12k...
It's always flooded.
Yes, so for you this would be a great option. For me, this just goes... okay, I think I would actually prefer the 1,000 extra here. And the ability to... and some other utility ability, so... You know what, this isn't terrible, but at the same time, it's not for me. I'm gonna have to... I'll be cautious, I'll get this cautious.
So,
I usually rate level 3 killers higher than this, so...
playable minus or...
Yeah, playable honest.
Alright. Yeah, I would probably agree here only because, it does have like that added benefit of exchanging a climax for anyone you want after getting rid of an opposing level 3, more likely than not. So, it's neat. Alright, what was the use of Sweeper?
Yeah, I'm with you. Playable Mind seems about right for it. It's an option for getting rid of level 3s. They'll be probably big enough to take care of most things at level 2 that you want to get rid of. And it does give you some additional playability in the form of pitch climax. Get something useful.
Alright, for sure. Okay,
Alright.
moving along then. Just like a full moon Shizuku, 001k. She's a 500 assist and she's basically Asuna's married life people.
So, remember when married lives were good? Do you remember, man?
I do, because I started playing Weiss Schwarz more seriously around that era.
You know, what's funny is... married lives were good when I first started. Now? No? No. Like, remember, like, how the mighty have fallen. Like, this is like...
LA coins were pretty big when I was in the game. Now they're like nothing.
Remember when Pushimikon was considered, like, godlike?
Yeah.
I mean,
Picking
now
her to any buggy character, and it's like, no.
is now considered a joke. Like, married lives now join this gigantic graveyard of profiles that are just not good anymore. Like, I mean, what was the original married lives rare or something?
Yeah, getting married life was. It was either rare or uncommon.
Oh my god, I'd be pissed if married life was my rare in a South pack. I'd be pissed. Like, I got this garbage? For real, Bushy? For real? Oh.
But would you really be opening Sal after 2015?
No?
Exactly.
Well, there's a reason why 10th married life. There's a reason why. like the modern day version of married life would be like Spriggan. And Spriggan
that's not comparable, you know it.
Ah, that's true. Spriggan's good enough to get on the fucking ban list. But really, Bushy, married life, no, just no.
Way too little, too late.
This hand of mine is burning red. Its loud roar tells me to grasp victory.
As of today, you are no longer my master.
Oh no! Oh shit, force.
Alright, Sunsweeper, what about you?
One day I should do my job, but for now, oh
I like it how we didn't even discuss the card.
There's nothing to
Yeah.
there's nothing to discuss here.
I just
This
enough.
this is my only comment. This mechanical arm is my only comment.
Yup.
Another thing. You always
There-
take on like the Domo role, and I always default to Master Asia.
Master Ace says better quotes.
Everyone else quotes Domo, and I quote like my Master Ace.
This master.
I am the Dark Army.
Okay. Alrighty then. Calm down. Okay. Next. Alrighty. Subversive fried rice. Shizuku 001500. Let's see here. When this enters the battlefield, you may return 2 guys to your deck. Shuffle. If you do, this gains +1 soul. And when this card gets canceled, you may pay the cost of 1. If so, draw a card. You know what? I actually like this card. I like it a lot. My co-host has PTSD from the time.
Okay, but okay, at least it's focusing wrong.
True. At least this card. This card. No, but it can potentially replace itself
Potentially.
if you just don't eat the tray,
Right.
or worse, the quad.
Or worse, get the fuck out of here.
Oh, what do you mean? Get the fuck out of here! How many times have you eaten the quad from Elf Arch? Opening move. Okay. Opening move. Elf Archer shuffles in 2 damage. You know exactly what. Eat the quad. Let's fucking go, boys. I love that. Like, at first, when I first saw this on Austin, I was like, yeah, that's kind of whatever. No, I'm just like, now I'm just like, yeah, that card's pretty fucking, that ability's pretty fucking nice. I like it. The draw card, I mean, okay. It's not bad. It's a plus. It's a plus, so I can't really complain about it, especially this early on in the game. Especially helps if I just triggered a climax or something. But overall, you know what? This could be controversial. I'm gonna get this playable, actually.
I see.
You know I'm addicted to shuffling damage for that extra day.
You really are. I have no other choice but to give it to Nish. There's like next to no way to justify space for this outside of maybe Shizuku wife only because I think she lacks a bit of processing power in general, but
Man, we're on opposite ends of the spectrum.
no, if it were opposite ends of the spectrum I probably would have said something. Okay, maybe you're right in that regard, but
Complete opposite would be playable plus versus. Alright, next time I'm
yeah, pretty much. Alright, Sashika, what about you?
I have to say, based on all of my previous existence and how I've abused this very same mechanic numerous times in the past for various reasons in various games, the return to characters is surprisingly more effective than people would give it credit for, because it's to return things from your grave to your deck and then search for it, or you can shuffle in triggers for on-trigger based things like the what are they called? Choice triggers, various other things.
No
You
choice.
can basically manipulate your deck, which you can then use to gain value out of your efforts. And getting the soul doesn't hurt. Neither does having a non-combo weight of to your hand. but it does cost, so keep that in mind.
So what are you giving it, man?
As I said, solid playable.
Solid playable.
It's something that you can easily use to any number of effects. I need damage, give damage. Need that card from level 1 combo, get it back in your deck so you can search for it. I need more triggers for damage, reshuffle that stuff back in.
So this is one awkward sandwich, man.
Very awkward sandwich.
Very awkward sandwich. Like, come on, man. You're in the middle between playables.
I am definitely in the middle between playables.
I wish Elf Archer was enter the battlefield, shuffle in 2 triggers instead of on attack.
Alright, I
Oh,
guess
it's
while...
it's endgame. Oh, it's endgame, and I have a lot of triggers engraved. I don't need my hand anymore. Elf, go! Elf, go! Elf, go! Shuffle in those triggers. And Elf is a 2-soul beater this turn. Likely going to be 4. Holy shit. Yeah, this card's pretty fucking good, man. I don't know, man. I think you're high on that.
I really can't justify space for cards like this. In general. But that'd be for like a very, very specific line of play.
Dwarf Shotgun?
That, or if I'm really trying to...
Oh, BTW for the audience. Yeah, Soul Sleeper got interpretation wrong. It's triggers from Graveyard. It's either a Gift Gold Bag or a Gift Gate. Your choice. In the actual... What is this, 2015? Or 16, or whenever TLR Set 2 came out? Apparently someone won their locales with TLR. And is bragging about it on Twitter.
Hey, some people like doing weird flexes, okay? Let them have their 3 hours of fame.
I mean, it beat Fate? It beat Fate Bargate. It beat Sal. Oh, let's see here. It beats... Really? Pants Choice, Summer Pockets, Bar Choice.
Oh, I think you picked it up wrong.
Yeah, I need to pee as well.
I've been in like near pitch black darkness for like the past hour.
Okay. Holy shit. Oh, oh no. Okay. So here's the thing. Shizuku is, a lot better than you would think. And of course, a lot of people are gonna be like, "Why aren't you playing Shimakaze? You're bad if you aren't playing Shimakaze." I'm like, Shimakaze is not that good. Well, it really isn't. Holy shit! I gotta. Huh? What? No, not yet. I'll be down. Down. No. Yeah, we're done in like 15, 20 minutes. Done soon. Eat without me real quick. Without me. Eat without me. Ah, shit. My mother is getting quite annoying about eat.
Oh, typical Asians. My mom thinks I sometimes, she thinks I neglect. What the? We have more card revisions in Shadowverse? Oh my goodness.
Oh, cards got nerfed in Shadowverse?
Yep. Portal no one gets be like.
Amen. It's like playing Hearthstone.
I mean, it's pretty much. I mean, people call Shadowverse Weeb Hearthstone for a reason.
I don't know, man. I don't really subscribe to weeb culture that much. I really don't. I'm kind of trapped between normie culture and weeb culture. Because I mix from both, realistically. I mean, people love to make fun of the fact that it's like, Call of Duty is still fun. I still have a lot of fun playing it.
But yeah,
and then
oh man, I was really playing this deck for a while too. Shit.
Well, can you at least get a full refund on the dust that you spent to create it?
Yeah, anytime they nerf a card, they let you have a 100% refund cost.
That's good. At least.
Now.
But yeah,
All right.
To be fair, like, it makes the deck. If anything, it makes the deck. This makes the deck a little more fair, I guess. Like it's still very good. It can still do very good things. It just prevents this from because so this card is a 1-drop normally, right?
Mm-hmm.
Every time it dies, she goes back to your hand and she gains the defense. And when you play her down when she has 4 or more defense, she exiles herself and becomes a 4-drop spell that summons 3 guys that are 4/3s.
Oh, okay. That's pretty fucking broken.
Right, now normally these 4/3s would just simply be able to they can attack guys on the same turn that they're playing, and that's about it. But if 20 or more of your guys have died throughout the game, then those guys get haste.
I see.
So you can go for 12 burst damage.
Well, let's get back to it.
Alright, so where were we? So Social Beaver finished his opinion. Alright, so moving along then.
Alrighty, let's move on. That summer once again, come on, man. 002K, it's a vanilla twin. No? Like, really? For real, Bushy? Come on. Like, you guys used to make interesting comments. Now you just make these kinds of... Really? And is Twin Drive really worth the minus 1,000?
You want a real fight? You've got one.
Yet.
Who is this creature? I'm actually quoting Sai Saishi on this one.
Oh, okay.
Encounter with the mummy Gundam. Who is this creature? This is nothing for you to worry about.
I was also quite
I'm gonna give it a niche.
Okay.
Because a twin driver is never a bad option, especially if you have stuff that tends to stack possible climaxes onto your deck.
Alright, fair enough, fair enough.
Stock, I mean.
Okay,
But it's not an option you default to either.
for sure. Okay, moving along here. Alright, so Super, why don't you go ahead?
Yep. Waiter figure. Ryoichi. 1-0, 5k, 1 soul. When he hits the stage, top check. If the card is not a character, eat it as a marker. Pitch the marker to the waiting room when he attacks. And you can choose from one of the following two effects. Either bump him up to a 6/5, 3 soul beater, or make him a 9/5 for the turn.
Okay, I'm gonna be a little controversial. This is a meme card because if you high roll into that marker, Lamau.
The dankest of dank memes.
So you agree?
Imagine markering that climax.
And then dumping
You're
it.
also immediately paying it out. So
Yeah,
it's
dump
not
it away and be like attack for either 9,500 or 6k greasel. 65 greasel.
But I'm going to make it a meme as well.
Alright, we all agree it's a meme.
The dankest of memes.
Okay, good to know. Okay, moving along here. In my trust, Shizuku. 1/1, 3k. Once she is placed from your hand onto the stage, choose one of your Summer Pockets characters and gets 1500 power for the turn, and she is an anti-change bottom deck bomb.
Okay, I like this variant better than your standard variant.
Yeah, she at least does something.
She at least does something, unlike the 4500. It's like, well,
I'm glad Booster was starting to try to make these a little more interesting. I mean, it's not the best, obviously, but it's at least taking a step forward.
Right.
They're showing that they're not scared to add extra abilities to this ability.
So I'm just going. You know what? If you like these profiles, playable. Playable, but overall, I'm gonna get this playable minus.
Yeah, I'm actually going to agree with you here. I think, you know, if you prefer like this cheaper way of getting rid of opposing early plays, especially if you don't want to do it with like someone's hand encore or something, there you go.
Yep.
And you can give that 1500 to a lane where you think you're gonna be able to win more certainly. Alright, what say you, Snow Sweeper?
I'd say it's reasonably playable, but again, playable minus because it depends entirely upon what you're aiming for. Basically, just copy paste the same thing you put up there. My reasoning is because there's plenty of other things you can do. It's nice that it has a side ability, but at the same time, you've got counters, you've got other bombs we have left for. It fulfills its purpose, but you have the bigger rule.
For sure. Alright. Sounds good. Alright, moving along then.
Several first kisses, Shizuku. It's a 1/1, 7/5, 7/5. It's not head encore. It's actually so basically you pay 1 sacrifice a guy instead.
You?
No. Man,
I only took advantage of his position.
Yes, Domon, I shall teach you the ultimate technique of the undefeated beast.
Alright, we'll say you Soul Sweeper.
I'm gonna put it as a niche
Okay.
because you can use this as a form of denial later on. Basically,
Hmm.
sack a character, uh, move one from that you know that this thing's getting killed anyway. But I don't see anyone actually playing it, so yeah, you can cheese the effect to some extent, but it's not worth it if you ask me.
Okay. Moving along here. You got a long one to read here, Soul Sweeper.
I'm not surprised. Behold, event number 1. Rally exchange. 2-2 event. Your opponent performs rally, which is a thing apparently. You draw a card, and all players draw a card for each card placed in the waiting room by this card's effect. Send this to memory. Replay. Rally. A player performs this replay. Performing this replay may choose a card from their hand and place it in the waiting room. If they do not place a card in the waiting room, your opponent may draw a card. No, their opponent may draw a card. So that would be the person playing this event. Wow, this thing's weird.
Yeah, we'll break it down after you finish reading it.
If they do a card in the waiting room, their opponent performs a rally.
So basically, it's a bit of a back and forth game until someone decides they don't want to go anymore.
It's
Yeah,
ping pong.
Yeah, it's basically a
pitch
weird.
card
It's basically ping
until
pong.
someone draws the card.
Right. The idea is that each time someone performs rally. So when you play this, your opponent will do rally first. Let's say they actually choose to rally. So they rally. Because they rallied, you who played the event don't draw a card, but you're going to draw a card because of the second sentence of this card. Because your opponent has placed a card into their waiting room. Then you have the decision of whether or not you want to rally. If you choose to rally, you may pitch a card. Then you and your opponent will draw a card because you pitched the card. And then your opponent may choose to rally. Again, you just keep doing rally until someone decides they want to stop.
Basically, the way it works is I play this, you draw a card. Then you may choose to discard a card.
Well, the opponent has the first choice in dropping the card.
Then I now draw a card and decide if I want to pitch a card.
And
If
you
I
can decide to
pitch
stop
that card, then effect stops. If I don't pitch a card, then we keep this up until someone eventually decides to pitch that card. It's weird.
Very.
It's something I was like, man, why did they make a card? Why did they make a card like this?
This is way too complicated.
At the same time, if you choose not to draw at any point in time, you don't have to pitch a card. You can still do shit. It's a weird card. It's just a weird card.
Well, okay. Here's the thing. So let's okay. The opponent can just simply go, I will do nothing. And simply let you draw 2 cards off of this event and stop everything right there. Because you're already drawing 1 card by playing the event, because your opponent has to perform rally. And regardless of what your opponent does, you're drawing 1 card. But the opponent could make it so that you guys draw out your entire deck or something.
Yep.
If you choose to keep it up, because of that possibility, I think I have no choice but to give it the meme rating.
The dankest of dank memes. Give it the double dank meme,
It
actually.
is double dank memes because there are 2 people in play.
Yep.
Alright, so what about you? Still having trouble figuring out what the card actually does.
All I can say is this is a blatant meme. It'd be hilarious to use, but I don't think any sane person would really be wanting to try this.
You're talking about Weiss Schwarz. I would
I'm just-
argue a minority. I would argue a small minority of players are actually sane.
The more I read this, the more of a meme it seems to me.
I think that's kind of the point of this card, KBH. Alrighty. Well,
I think it'd be hilarious as like a deck. Like I just make the deck for shits equals to mess with people, but yeah.
it'll be a bigger meme if you could use at level 1. But unless that's not the
You
case.
can do that. It'd be hilarious if you could drop this thing at 1.
Alright. The reason why I do the event first is because there's a character here that goes with it. Break Time Tenzin. 116k. 1 soul. Continuous. For each marker underneath this guy, he gains 1000 power. Also, this ability activates up to once per turn when you play a card named Rally Exchange. You may look at the top card of your deck. If you do, put that card face down underneath him as a marker. And when his battle point becomes reversed, you may look at the top card of your deck. If you do, put that card face down underneath him as a marker.
No. This is a 116k. Like, this doesn't. You can't even play Rally Exchange until 2.
Right.
Which means you're paying 1 to summon a 7k and 2. Actually, you're paying 3. Excuse me.
Yeah.
You could kill something level 1 to get a marker, but no. Why would I pay stock for this? Like, okay, the event itself is a funny meme. The 1/1, no.
You intend to shoot your own brother?
With the help of Kyoji.
I'm useful, guy. I swear. I didn't just spend all of my time chasing Filmon. I have my job. Stop looking at me.
How about no?
Alright.
Okay, I'll do my damn job. Lord of the Dark Gundam
my God.
Squad.
I think the fact that it is extended that much means that he's given at least one more here.
This ability to self-multiply.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Come on, man. You know. Most of the oofs nowadays for me are doubles now.
Okay, now that we have digested, now at this point we have digested the entirety. The entirety.
I cannot justify.
No, triple oops are like things that should no longer exist. Period. Maybe. Or like, I get a triple oof. I get a triple oof was like for cards that are like clearly from 2008 to 2010.
How did
This guy in a nutshell.
how did this ancient garbage make it here?
Which, like, if we don't actually get that, I would actually be more surprised than disappointed. Honestly speaking.
But seriously though, garbage like this, no. This is a coaster.
This is a coaster. Meanwhile, person with a lot of money to burn. Oh, you mean my fake Testarossa SP? You mean my fake Testarossa SP is not a coaster?
No, this would make a much better coaster than your Fate SS.
Fake Testarossa. I swear, like, someone actually unironically did that. Like, how much money do you have to burn that you're willing to use an SP of a popular character and popular voice actress as a fucking coaster?
Enough.
Yeah, pretty much.
But like at the same time, Oh, blue. We started off strong, and now we're just going, man.
And at least Blue gave us some things to laugh about.
We need to. I think starting with the next review, I think we need to keep like a spreadsheet of how many of the ratings. Like, here you go. Here's our personal statistics. How many double oofs have I given?
Let's start that with our first set review of 2021, and
Okay.
let's do it on a yearly.
I'm just a single oof, dude. I'm not double oof.
Oh, you're not. I got by the fact that you were like staying that close so long meant that you were double oofing it at minimum.
I was just continuing the joke.
Oh, but
Yeah, it's really bad for me to give you a double oof. This, at least you could do something with it. I would suggest using it. I'd probably laugh if you were using it, but at least you can do something with it.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
you'll make somebody laugh. There.
There you go, Koga.
Yeah, you made me laugh. You succeeded. You did your goal. I am laughing at this.
That's what it can
That's
do.
bad.
No, you laugh at a person when you play Rally Exchange who actually agrees to continue the rally.
Oh god. I would just like to see two dudes bouncing that back and forth just for the shits and giggles of it.
Like that's honestly a card that could potentially lead to like slow play. Well, I mean, to be fair,
it'll definitely
to be fair,
like,
most
play
to be fair, I'm pretty sure most people you have to draw two. just to be done with it. Because at that point, if you let Rally Exchange keep going, it becomes like a weird version of Yu-Gi-Oh's Max C challenge.
Anyway, gentlemen, any closing thoughts on blue?
Blue has things. Just
thing to
there are some diamonds. There are some diamonds in the rough.
Oh yeah, there's some fun stuff in there. I'd definitely consider diving into the new set, get some stuff to mess with my old decks.
Yeah, like overall the set has been it's definitely shown us some potential, and you know, I'm very glad that this sequel design overall has been working out pretty well. You know, they're purposely like referencing. Like, it's not often that you see sequel sets of Vulcans reference a trial deck card from the first set era. Like that was very interesting, to say the least. And you know, I'm willing to see Busho like kind of. I mean, it's a double-edged sword, honestly. Where if they make it so that more and more cards from oversets get referenced, it does cause a negative effect on the secondary market. But at the same time, I think it could help to reward people who are like truly loyal to a title instead of being like, oh, here's a set you can just build a deck from by just buying this set.
Yeah.
Like maybe like a combination of both, if would be nice. Like I think this has that potential. Right?
Right.
I think overall you could build a standalone deck from just Reflection Blue and you'll be fine. But you'll obviously be far more rewarded by playing stuff from set 1.
Set 1, yeah, let's say.
Alright, so I think with that we're going to go ahead and end it here. Thank you all for watching. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment. If you haven't already, subscribe, share the video, and ring the notification bell because these all...
Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell thing.
Because it helps the YouTube algorithm out.
Definitely. And with that, we will catch you all next time. Bye-bye.